him, checking in, going to protective custody.
What, Burner420 checked in?
He was supposed to put in work. He didn't want to, and they were going to beat him up. He got scared, and he checked in to protective custody and dropped out of the Nortenos.
Hey, it's Kyle from Federal Prison Tips, along with
Jason, your boy.
8UpJ on TikTok and Instagram, and we're the 10 Toes Podcast, and we're here with another TikTok prison creator, one of the real ones.
We're just going to call him No Shirt.
Y'all fucked up the uniform. We had this whole plan, and y'all fucked up the uniform. And kidnapped by the feds and just walk in the door. Y'all was supposed to tell us when he was coming.
Well, not even that. I really thought he would come in his costume with no shirt on, being here flexing on us the whole time. But
do push-ups and walk in.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, if you guys might know Kidnapped by the Feds. You want us to call Kidnapped or Thomas?
Kidnapped.
You guys know Kidnapped by the Feds from TikTok. And if you follow him, you know that his uniform is no shirt or a tank top.
Hell yeah.
Just about every single day. But you know the dirt on a lot of people. You're from Utah, right?
Yeah, I do.
So there's we're just gonna jump right in it. I don't do that kindergarten bullshit.
No.
There's another. I don't know. You might call him famous prison TikTok creator. He calls himself the proclaimed inventor of prison talk, who is a Utah DOC guy. I guess they call it USP. Burner420. You know this guy?
I know who he is. I don't know him personally, but I have a friend that was his cellie and seen, the whole thing go down, him, checking in, going to protective custody.
What, Burner420 checked in?
Yeah, he checked
What's the
in.
story behind him? I don't know him.
Burner420, he's got like a million followers. He says he started Prison Talk, the actual hashtag.
What's his
Talk.
nationality?
He's a white dude. He was in Utah State Prison. He
with
likes
all
to
the,
say
with all the tattoos on his face.
He likes to say USP.
Is he the one that has the lips tattooed on him somewhere?
He has like a what do you call that? The candy around Easter, the peep.
Okay.
He has a peep on his face.
I know exactly what you're talking about now.
But
he says he invented Prison Talk, the hashtag.
He might have.
And he says, and that's facts on every video that he does. But so he portrays himself to be a badass, and you're not the first person I heard this, but you're friends with his former cellie, and he checked in?
Yeah, so I was friends with his I'm friends with his ex-cellie. They were in Utah State Prison together. And he basically he didn't want to, he made a bad call. He was supposed to put in work, and he didn't want to, and they were going to beat him up. So he got scared, and he checked in to protective custody and dropped out of the Nortenos.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so he's a white boy that's running with Nortenos?
Yeah, but it's different out of state. And, I've seen, because I did most of my time in California, I see white dudes that run with the Serenos, white dudes run with the Nortenos. So it's different. People that are half black run with, some of these Latin gangs. So it all depends. Whoever's in charge or whatever, supposedly they get to put someone on.
So let's just come for everyone. You did time in California.
Yeah.
You know anything about West Watson?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I did federal time. I never did no.
You didn't do any state time with West Watson.
No, man. And this is the thing with all these people is they play a character, and I'm not going to knock them. They play a character. They're entertaining. They gain a lot of followers. They tell some good stories. But, even though it's not true, they're entertaining, and that's why people watch them.
So he's like JD DeLance or
JD Delay.
So the guy y'all are talking about, he's the one that has tattoos all over his face.
Yeah, Burner420.
Yeah, Burner420, he's got all the tattoos. Anytime I see somebody with a bunch of tattoos, I keep clicking. Just like in prison. It's always the loudest one in prison. Nah. I don't know if you notice it. It's usually the person in the corner that's really quiet. That's the one you got to worry about. The ones that are really loud and obnoxious, usually when it comes down to it, they usually don't want to commit.
So what you all you did was Fed time?
I just did federal time. I never did no state time. This is, first time offense. I have other charges, but dismissed.
What was your federal offense?
Federal offense was distribution of methamphetamine.
How long did you do?
I did 7 years on a tenure. They gave me a 10-year sentence. And that it's crazy because me, I've never really been in trouble. I've seen people selling, the substances, and they do 2 years and get released. They tell me 10 years, like, what the hell, 10 years? Like, I did not believe it. I did not believe that I'm going to do a 10-year sentence. And then not only that, but when I'm in the federal hold, awaiting, trying to fight my case, there's other people in there that got busted with like 20 kilos and they got like a 7-year sentence. And I'm like, nah, there's no way me with 9 ounces, I'm going to do a 10-year sentence.
So why do you think that was?
Well, so I asked my lawyers, like, how come this dude, he's getting 7 years when he had 20 kilos? How come I'm getting 10 years with 9 ounces? He's like, the mandatory minimum is, this is in 2016, not after the First Step Act in 2008. In 2016, he said 50 grams is a 10-year mandatory minimum. And so the judge can't give you less than that unless you cooperate. So they came to me, they said, my lawyer said, they'll offer you 5 years if you cooperate. I said no. So then a month later, the lawyer comes back, he's like, all right, they want to give you 10 years. They're not going to give you anything less than 10. I was like, man, fuck that. Let's go to trial. He said, no, you don't want to go to trial. I'm like, why? He's like, because they're going to go after the H. They're going after the crystal. They're going to try to go after this, the pew charge, the 924C, which is, was BS because I'm in Utah. I have, I'm not a felon. We all have weapons out there.
Right.
And what it was, I got that charge because my ex-girlfriend, that one I had at the time, she said that she went on a deal with me, when I went to go pick up, and that she seen me with a weapon in my glove box in a car that I didn't even have, that I had sold 6 months before. So he's like, if we go to trial, like, I can't defend you. They found the product in your house. They have all these people writing statements on you, so you're going to do 20 plus years. I was like, all right, 10 years, 20 years. Like, what's the difference? They're wasting my time. They're taking away my life. So let's go to trial. He's like, no, because if you take the 10 years, there's good time. You'll get out in 8.5 years or so if you keep your good time. And after that 8.5 years passes, you would have known that you could have been out of prison, but you still have another 12 years to go because you didn't, because you decided to go to trial. It's like, man.
So he didn't think he could defend you.
He couldn't defend me. He couldn't defend me.
But here's the issue that a lot of people don't understand is when you're talking about the pew, right?
Yeah.
It's in the glove box that somebody's seen, never got busted with it. They're not going to charge you for a charge. It's going to come in your PSI as an enhancement.
Yep.
And this is the problem that a lot of people don't. At least you had an attorney that told you this, because 99% attorney you did time will tell. They don't know about all the enhancements until after they take a plea deal. And then I had a guy that I used to work out with all the time. Took a plea deal for 7 years. He got 13 years with all the enhancements. And it was like his attorney was like, "Oh man, I didn't know." What do you mean you didn't know?
Enhancements. What do you mean?
Yeah, so a lot of people don't understand about that enhancement game in the feds. It's vicious. At least you had an attorney explain it to you. But here at the end of the day is, how'd you get started in it? I mean, you said that you were a church person. You went and did.
I was a Mormon missionary. I came back. Like, I just didn't like, I was
that life.
Yeah, I didn't like to be told how to think, what to do. I just don't like authority. Never have. And so being in in that situation, in that environment, and you have this leader, and they're telling you what to do, and they're making calls. It's like, no, man, I don't want to be under someone. I don't want them to tell me what to think. So, man, like, fuck all this. I ain't going to church.
How did that work out in prison? Because in prison, you ran with Latinos, right?
I didn't tell no one I was a Mormon missionary, because that was a completely different life.
Yeah, so I'm talking about so you ran with Latinos in prison, right?
Yeah, with the Pisces.
So the thing is when you're Latino, I don't care what anybody says. As soon as you come on the yard, you're going straight to a room. They're taking your shirt off, checking all your tattoos, and looking at everything. Everywhere I've been, yards that are politicking, they're stripping you down, looking at all your tattoos. But how did that handle? Did you ever have any problems in prison when they're trying to tell you what to do?
No. So I ran.
It's a whole different way of telling people.
Yeah,
what to do,
it's different. So the organizations, like the street organizations, the street gangs, whatever, they have their rules, and usually from what I've seen is, if they tell you got to do something, you have to do it. I remember the Pisces. We're just a union in prison.
It's like pretty much the
we come together.
The
so
white
that,
boys.
Yeah, we come together so no one can take advantage of us, and we have each other's back, so that the gangs don't take advantage of us. And so you don't really have to do what they say. And it also is, you know what I've noticed? It's all how you come off to people, how you like your demeanor.
I've seen the Pisces though take the ones that are no good,
Yeah.
make them hold the phones,
Yep,
hold the contraband,
yep,
make
yep,
them run all
yep.
the food out of the kitchen. Anything that's worth going to get them in trouble, dude, they put them to work. I'm
If-
talking about it ain't no joke.
If you go into prison, especially with Pisces, and you're just an addict and you're, run up debts and messing up count time, whatever, they're going to make you pay for it. And you're going to be the one that gets sent on the missions to remove someone. But like, if you go, like, you're chill, you don't cause no problems, you ain't no punk, like they ain't going to mess with you. They ain't going to tell you what to do. It's the ones that are messing up that they have to do something. Okay, you didn't pay this debt, or you're walking around, high out of your mind. So you know what? You got to come do this.
I'm pretty much like you. So my family was pretty well off, and I just didn't want to follow lead. I did my own thing, and it put me in prison. But the point is I'm making here is authority issue. When I went to prison and I got around these gangs, it didn't take me but probably a week or two before I realized majority of them were in the white boys or junkies.
Yep.
No good. They want to do is watch each other crash out. They just, I don't know what it is. It's like they get off of just starting problems and then having people go and take care of it and do dumb stuff. And I sat back and I looked at this. I'm like, there is no way. And I mean, I had a whole lot of problems when I went on my first yard because it was an active yard, and they're trying to tell me how to do my time. And literally, the guy that's trying to tell me how to do my time, I called my ex, dude. I'm like, hey, run this name. Check it out on Pacer. Comes back, dude's no good. I put his paperwork on his pillow, while he was at rec, because he was in my gang. So I snuck and I did it because I'm not allowed to blast. So I had to go to his people to do it. So it caused problems. But the point of it is, he went straight to the lieutenant's office and told on me. I went and did 6 months and got shipped over it.
I've had a couple problems. So, this thing with the Pisces, you have to be Mexican to be a rep of the group. I'm half Peruvian. I'm not Mexican. I'm half Peruvian, half white. So I can't be a rep. But, what I learned with that is a lot of these dudes that are the rep, that are the shot callers, they're not always the smartest people. They're not always like they should be, but they're not. So, like I read all these books, 48 Laws of Power, Art of Seduction, How to Win Friends and Influence People. So because I couldn't be the rep, I started manipulating people that were the rep to get my way. I was in their ear. I was like, yeah, this is what you should do. This is how it is. This is what I've seen happen. And I'm kind of half lying and stuff just so now this rep, this shot caller rep, whatever, they think, I'm kind of letting know how things are. So now I have credibility with him. So he believes what I'm saying. So then I kind of, I'm kind of in power even though I'm not.
I followed a lot of your content and I stole a lot of your content to do things on. And one thing that a lot of people don't understand is one thing they say, what's one thing about prison you would change or you didn't like? And I'm like, prison politics.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's designed to make you fail.
Yep. That's my problem. People talk about I'm institutionalized and I can't make it and life is hard, prison sucks, man. That's like straight fucking pussies. Like you become institutionalized, not because of the system, not because of, all this time. Like you become institutionalized because of the prison politics that you live. If you're going to live around this environment that's racist, segregated, you deal with all your problems with violence, you react emotionally. When you carry that on into the real world, you're going to have a hard time functioning correctly. You're not going to,
a lot of those guys end up going back.
Yeah, you go back because, you're not supposed, like, being racist out here, that ain't going to work out. Reacting emotionally and with violence to, someone calling you whatever name, you keep doing that, you're going back to prison. So it ain't the institution that's the problem, it's the prison politics. That's the problem.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't understand is, I mean, literally, you go in there your very first day, you don't reach across trays, you don't grab nothing on the table, how it moves in there. And after years and years of that, you come home, it's hard to adjust. I don't care what anybody says. You go in public, people are bumping into you, and you're looking back like, what in the world? Like, I had to tell myself, like, I'm in a free world again. I tell, there's something in my lives, and I watch a lot of your stuff. People don't understand is you watch the news and everybody's tripping out about all this like little dumb stuff out here. And I'm like, dude, you walk into a prison, them same people that are tripping out here, most of them been to prison, and then they go in there and it's just so accepted. White tables, Latino tables, black tables, white TVs, Latinos, and all this stuff. Everything is segregated from rooms to TVs to this, that, and nobody even bats an eye at it. Nobody complains about it. Everybody's fighting for it to be segregated to make sure that everybody, and then you're fighting to have a good celly because you don't want a junkie, you don't want this, you don't want that. And people don't realize you don't get a break from it in there.
Nope.
You don't.
Every day, all day.
And it wears on you after a while.
We just had somebody in our Facebook group for Federal Prison Tips talking about, my loved one, the people on my loved one's unit in the federal prison put him on timeout for 3 days because he went and talked to the guard without another inmate. Who's running the prison? The inmates or the guards?
Yeah.
Well, the inmates are running the prison.
Yeah.
Well, who's going to stand for that? Everybody. Yeah. You need to get with the program or you're going to have a really hard time in prison. It's just like, we have people all the time. It's like, well, I'm going to call the prison and tell them that my husband, call the prison and find out what happens to your husband. You ain't going to talk to him for another 6 months.
Yeah. I tell people all the time, they ask me and I'm like, do not call. I tell my parents, do not call. Because if you get labeled one of them, they're going to come shake your room down. They're going to tear it up. You're going to have problems. They might even plant something on you if you give them a hard time. You don't want them issues. I can promise you that.
Isn't that what happened with Whitey Bulger? Wasn't he writing up the
yeah, and then they
medical?
sent him to his death.
So they sent him to a yard where his known rivals were at?
They sent him to his death.
But I thought, so I talked to one of the guards. The last place I was at, one of the guards all the guards that were in that unit, they got shipped. So he came to the compound that I was on. And I was talking to him, and he was like, nah, he put in for the transfer supposedly because he was sick in the wheelchair and he was just tired. And he took the manager variable off of him because he had that protected custody thing on him. So in order for them to do it, he had to ask them to take it off. And they took it off and sent him there because he knew that he was ready to go, is what I was told by a guard. I don't know how true it is. But he said literally they walked him straight, took the wheelchair, when he came in unit, and pushed him right in that room and unalived him. I mean, you watched it. They grabbed him, put him in there. And you know the crazy thing about it? Don't tell me not being the USP, they knew that was going to happen.
Oh, yeah, of course they did.
Of course they did.
And they didn't prevent it or nothing. They allowed it to happen. That's what a lot of people don't understand about the pens, about how all this stuff works. So every pen has a camp. The same guards work back and forth. They literally will go over to the camp and treat us like trash, talk to us recklessly, then walk right back over and then answer to the inmates.
Oh, yeah.
They do it all the time. People don't realize it.
It's a whole different culture. People just,
Yeah.
I had another one where a former inmate that I actually knew, he was having trouble breathing and all this stuff. So I don't remember his mom or his wife just kept calling and harassing the prison. The lieutenant finally brought him an inhaler and told whoever the lady was, or told the inmate, this lady calls one more fucking time, I'm going to send you on diesel therapy for 6 months. So here's your fucking inhaler. Go on with it.
Can I buy feds? What made you start your page, your Instagram and your TikTok?
I was in prison.
Oh, you were in prison doing
I was
it?
in prison. Yeah, I had a cell phone, and I always want to do something with social media, but I had like a Facebook page or something.
Yeah, but were you
I had a Facebook page, and I post something, 10 likes, 50 likes, 100 likes if I was lucky. And then I all of a sudden you know what? I'm going to try out this TikTok. I posted a video and I had like 23,000 views in like one day. It's like, what the hell?
That's what happened with me.
Nobody reported you?
No. I had 23,000 views in one day, all these comments and all these like haters.
They love that prison shit, man. I'm telling you.
I know, but every time I posted, the COs were at my door within minutes.
No, so I started posting videos like every week. I go live almost as much as I could.
I know a lot of guys inside that go live.
I'm having like 10,000 people watch me at a time while I'm in prison, and it's like, damn, like I got addicted to it.
They know about the phones. That's
yeah, they do. I had a phone out of 8 years I was there. I had them for 6, but
they call me now from DC and Grand Prairie. If there's something the BOP wants the inmates to know, they call me and tell me, hey, you think you could get a video out there about this? Just and literally, because they know that I got 20,000 people that fucking follow me from prison.
That's crazy. So you never were worried about getting busted?
I didn't care at the time because, First Step Act came into play and I was supposed to be released and they weren't giving me my time. So I was like, fuck this. I'm going to go have fun. I'm
Where were
going
you
to
at?
start
What
making videos.
spot?
I got to the camp, Englewood, Colorado. At the end of my sentence, I was there. And so
When?
2021 to 22.
Did you know Stone, Zach Kendall, by any chance?
No,
Stone went there.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you like it there?
I loved it.
I heard it's a sweet- I heard it's a sweet prison.
Everything we wanted. We're right next to a golf course. We had this big balcony in the back. It looked like kind of like a cheap motel.
I loved that when we were at Maxwell, all the
We
chicks
lived on the
we were
fucking golf
right
course.
on the golf course. So all the chicks who had their
Yeah,
golf in their
yep,
little skirts
yep,
and stuff,
yep.
we'd sit there walk the track, sit there.
Not only that, you could
Flashing
get
us,
this. You could get
flashing
this
us.
one job on base and fucking cut the grass at the swimming pool.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep. So I had it at the museum. So I got to watch all the new recruits. They all came through there and stuff. It was unbelievable. And I had one of the chicks there. She was a younger one, and she kept trying to get me hemmed up. So she was like wanting the other inmates to know that we had a thing. So she would come out there in Chubbs, and everybody was like, "Dude, what's going on with that?" And I had to tell her like, "Stop." She was gonna get on my visitation list to come see me.
That's
Hell yeah.
crazy. One of those jobs at Maxwell at Gunner, those guys would do the recycling at the clubhouse, and when you do the recycling at the clubhouse, half the shit you're recycling is alcohol bottles that have the alcohol at the bottom.
Yeah, they're getting drunk.
They're getting drunk at work and bringing it back in their water bottles.
We had this job. There's 6 or 7 inmates. They would leave. So there's a training center for the correction officers.
For the whole country. Is
Yeah,
it
for
right
the whole
there
country,
in
like
Colorado.
30 minutes away. The inmates' job, about 6 or 7 of them, was to drive into town, into Aurora, and watch vehicles, clean up the facility all day, and they'd be able to drive back. So one of their hustles was when they leave at 6:30 in the morning when nobody's around, you jump in the back seat of their car, you pay them like $250, and they'll drop you off at a hotel like 10 minutes away. They drop you off. You're with your girl all day, your wife, whatever. If you're into, paying for women, they'll meet up with you at the hotel. And when they come back at the end of the day, like 3:00, they'll pick you up from the hotel, bring you back in. You jump out of the back where there's no camera and go back in the prison like
See,
nothing
Big
happened.
Sandy's like that. Big Sandy's wild. It can be their camp. I'll tell you right now, hands down, when I was at Manchester in Kentucky, how it's set up, it's so sweet because instead of sneaking out, I'm like, dude, I want to sneak my girl in, but I couldn't get her. She left me right when to do it. I had got another outfit and hat, so I was going to have her get a green outfit. I was going to give it to her. We were going to run it out and give it to her, so she's going to put it on and come through the woods and come into the camp. So I was going to have a green outfit, put her hair bun with a hat, and put glasses on and come walking right in to the prison. So I was going to do it after 10 o'clock count, have her come in, lay up in bed with me while I had my guy watching, because everybody was on phone, so you knew when they were coming. So then I was going to put her like up under the bunk or something, have her hide somewhere. Because, they only come right through and then leave right on out.
I mean, at Montgomery, it was so organized. When I moved over to Mobile, the Checo and those guys, they had like inmate watchers on every window. At one point, I don't know, I think you were still in Montgomery, but they had fucking, what do you call them? Them family walkie-talkies. The inmates had these little walkie-talkies and they would talk to each other. And they even had a couple guys at Montgomery. And, what would happen at Montgomery was the guards would do 12 o'clock count, right?
Yeah.
And then they'd go back to the lieutenant's office and they wouldn't come back up for nothing until 3 o'clock. So you had 3 hours to do whatever the hell you wanted.
So my hustle, so I did a TikTok video. One of my videos is me in the window looking at lieutenant's office. That was my hustle. I'd sit there on my phone and get paid to make sure, because we'd had a group text. I'm like, hey, they're coming up in a group text. And it would go to everybody that was on their phone.
That's how we did it.
Yep. And it was a hell of a hustle because I had a room that looked at lieutenants that one of my boys had the best thing. And the problem is a lot of lookouts. If you don't realize, it's like having a needle. They get so into the thing that they don't even pay attention to nothing. I mean, literally the cops will come up and be like, give me that. And they're still going. They're trying to grab it and they're like yanking from the cops. I've watched it. And they're like, oh, man. And it's like, dude, he's been yelling at you for 20 minutes to put it up.
So there was this one time in G Unit in Mobile, Shepard and Rudolph, right after 10 o'clock. I don't know how the fuck they did this, but they dipped into that closet that goes to the roof. in G-Wing in Mobile until the lights turned off. They stayed in there completely quiet. I don't think they even had the radios on them. Then as soon as the lights went off and the Mexicans and Checo took all everybody's on the phone. Bam, the lights come back on and like 10 people are taken to the county jail.
It's crazy. How was it at Inglewood? Was it pretty wild like that?
Yeah, like we had anything and everything, but for the most part, everyone got along, and we'd help each other out, keep point. Like someone at the end on one side of the it's kind of like it's kind of like a big trailer, really, is what it was. Kind of. There's a hallway on one side, hallway on the other, and then the day room in the middle, the officer station in the middle, and so someone on this end would be calling us on the other end, say, "Yeah, a cop's pulling up," because you have the correction officer in his office. We'd pull out our phones when we had a lazy one working that didn't walk around, didn't want to bust no one. So then when they do count time, it's 2 cops walk around, 2 guards walk around. They'd call us once they'd message us as soon as they seen the car pull up. So then we know, okay, put it away for like an hour or like half hour. And then, we pull them back out. And yeah, it was fun. We had anything and everything we wanted from the streets. Anything.
Yeah, we did too.
Anything.
They used to run everything under the horse trailers.
Yeah. So what's so crazy is I did a video on how the feds can hack any phone. I don't care what it is, and it goes viral. But a lot of people are like, "No, it's not." Da da da. Let me explain something. We went through everything we could in the feds and our phones to encrypt them to the highest things, and people still get busted because of one phone call, one something. You had to have a Facebook that wasn't in your name.
Yep.
You had to have all these things that wasn't in your name. I'm telling you right now, I've seen these guys encrypt them with everything you could possibly do, and then 2 weeks later, they're getting hauled off the compound. So the whole thing of saying they can't get them is bullshit. Now, they don't send all the phones off. That's a lie. They don't send all of them off. So it's like randomly they send certain ones off. I don't know how they do it or how it goes about, but I'm telling you right now, I've set these phones up. I've been on them, and I was stressed to death. But luckily, I called numbers that went on my phone list.
Yep.
I logged into my Facebook. I logged on all my social media. Every time you have to log out, you got to clear the what do you want to call it?
Clear the cache.
Yeah, cache. And I mean, you have to go through these steps, and everybody that doesn't go through them, encrypted all, they get walked off the compound.
So let me tell you what happened to me. So in September of 21. I got busted with the phone because we had this guy, Omar, who was the fucking guy who fixed the phones, right? And Omar, this little Iranian kid, he would fix all the phones, and so he didn't have his own phone. We all let him use our phones because he fixed the shit. And so he would ask us to, and we'd be like, yeah, it's in the spot. Go get it out of the spot. So I had 2 finger phones and an Android phone. And I kept, for 2 years, I kept my finger phones in a plastic baggie in the bottom of my oatmeal. Because remember, at Montgomery, you could get the Quaker Oat shit. Right underneath the oatmeal, right? And I always had 2 oatmeals, and I would scoop it off, and it was perfect. So Omar gets taken, I don't know why. He got in some kind of trouble, gets taken to the county jail on a Friday. This motherfucker is back on the compound on Monday, and we are all in the cage in R&D Monday afternoon. But
I remember
so they found my 2 finger phones, but my Android phone was in the legal locker room in the empty locker. And because we had I was in charge, Miss Taylor put me in charge of the legal locker room. So my job was to like assign the legal lockers, and we had a lock, we had a 1 dial lock, where we could set it to only do 1 number. We had a 1 number lock on like number 12 or something, and that's where all the phones were. So when they called me to the lieutenant's office on the finger phones, one of our other guys with the phone went and got my Android phone from there and took it out, because the captain was like, "All right, give me up your other phone. We'll ship you. You'll just plea to the 1 phone. We won't prosecute. Blah blah blah. Fine, bet. Go to the legal locker room. It's in there." They go up to the legal locker room. None of the phones were in there. I mean, I knew they would be gone because that was always the plan. So I go to Forest City, then Forest City Medium, and then home, and then to Butner Medium, and then to Butner Low. I'm at Butner Low off my violation in February of 22. And I called to the lieutenant's office, and I'm being clean as a whistle at Butner. I haven't done shit. And they have this phone shot because they found my Android phone from 2 years earlier in Montgomery. Some other inmate was using it, and Cody's number was on there.
So I don't know if you experienced the same thing. Have you seen where people did everything they could and they got into them?
No, because so so where I was at, people were busted with, ounces of stuff and everything.
So they didn't send
and,
nothing
They
off.
didn't
Really.
care
And so
about
no,
phones.
so they said they sent phones in, but I remember I think it was a lie because it was a lie because one day they caught like 20 phones in the library, like behind books or whatever. They said they sent them in. I was there for a year and no one heard nothing about it. But then I seen people get busted with, ounces and a phone. So then that's when they try to press charges. They send it in for the feds to pick it up. And, it was like they caught someone with like 20 grams or something and didn't pick up the case. They're like, it's not big enough.
I've seen like one phone get 12 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One phone get busted and they call 12 people up like 3 weeks?
You want to know
21 days later.
I hope people are watching this because you want to know one way that people get busted when you start taking fucking pictures. There's no reason to take a goddamn picture in the prison.
Yep.
But I've seen so many people get busted because their pictures on somebody's phone.
Yep.
So I got busted because my videos were in the library, the chapel, and I'm like covering my face, but I'm obviously at Englewood,
So you
Colorado.
did cover your face.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the videos I did, but if anyone that has ever been to that prison, they know that's exactly Englewood, Colorado, because there's no other prison. Like we got carpet in the rooms, we got vacuums, we have sliding windows. We could just jump out and leave if we wanted to, and
So
there's no fence. There's a golf course.
Whenever I run on federal prison tips, like I had this one video of roaches in the kitchen at Fort Dix or a rat at Schuylkill. Almost every single time I run video or images from a prison, SIS calls the next day because our phone number's everywhere.
Oh yeah, yep.
And they'll be like, "Hey, you want to tell me this is SIS Jackson from Butner? Can you tell me who sent you that video?" Yeah, John from Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, John who? I don't know. It's fucking John, dude.
Wow.
Your fucking mother sent it to me.
Dude, that's nuts. So wow.
So
you
this
got
how
busted in
no.
phone?
Yeah, this how they busted me. I would go live all the time, but I didn't cover my face. I don't know, I didn't think people would say when I'm live every day, they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm writing down everything about you, everything that you give, where you're at, like everything." So I guess the BOP, the correction officers have a Facebook page, and they sit there and they try to bust everyone throughout. And so they posted my videos and my live. They screenshot it, screen recorded, and they threw it up on the Facebook page. So the lieutenant where I was at, he's seen it. And so the next day he come in 20 deep. They handcuff me. They take me to the chute. He says something to me like, "You're actually posting stuff on the internet?" I'm like, and I didn't say nothing to him. They take me in. And I'm thinking, man, they ain't got nothing on me. I'm going to beat this right up. I cover my face in all my videos. They can't prove that it's me. So then I go to the DHO hearing, the little trial of, if you're guilty or not of the write-up. I'm telling everyone, yeah, I'll be out soon. Don't even worry about me. I'm getting off of this. They don't have me on camera. I walk in, handcuffed. They sit me down. Two guards behind me. She throws a picture of me on the table. She's like, "Is this you?" Yeah, that's me. Another one. She's like, "Is this you?" Yeah, that's me. Another one. It's like, "All right, that's evidence you had a cell phone. You're guilty." It's like, oh, fuck. I had no idea they had this. I had no idea they had
What was the
pictures
pictures
of?
of?
It was just me going live. I'm going live and...
So the one thing, because we were in prison, we didn't understand how it works, but the algorithm kind of works is wherever you're pinned at, it sends out the people in that town first.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It sends out to phones that are closest to you. So have you ever been in public somewhere, be
Yeah.
around somebody? I started going to a gym. Then all of a sudden, people you may know on Facebook is all these people from gym.
Yep.
Because how it links to phones that are close to you. So when you're going, whatever phones that are pinging off that same tower, it starts sending them things of you.
Yeah, so I try to go live. Every time, I travel a lot. I go to different states. And whenever I'm somewhere else, I try to go live because I'll have more viewers in that area.
Yep.
And then I get more followers.
Same thing.
So, what was I going to say? Oh, when I first, if you go scroll through the beginning of the Federal Prison Tips videos, I had somebody at Butner send me pictures of my cube from Butner. and I still use it to this day. And a couple of the videos in the beginning I did on the green screen in grays in my cube at Butner, and then I geotagged it Butner.
Well, the thing is, I posted videos of me on my earbuds in the cell pictures, and I did TikTok videos. And what's his name? The CEOs were like, "Yeah, I was trying to bust you. Everybody kept telling on you." He's like, "Oh, I knew you had one, but I could never catch you." And it was Lieutenant. what's his name? That got in a car accident or motorcycle accident?
Yeah, we're gonna have him on the show.
Okay, so he
Keller.
was just Keller.
I meant to call him today, but like, look, Keller, it's time for you to come.
Yeah, so so the lieutenants, so they watch my stuff. The guards that I did time with, they're like, dude, like we knew you were on it. Everybody was telling on you nonstop. We just could never catch you.
The SIS lieutenant from Montgomery camp, got into a car accident, lost both of his arms, and last July, in July of 24, I'm doing a TikTok live. My background is like an obvious cell phone pic from Montgomery camp. And it's the picture of Montgomery unit. And I get a comment in the live. It's like, Briggs is going to be mad that you're using his house as your backdrop. And I'm like, who the fuck is this talking about Briggs is going to be mad? It's got to be BOP. And we go on and they're like, identify yourself. And he's like, it's Keller. I'm like, it can't be Keller. That bitch don't have no arms. And so we started talking. He's like, no, really, it's Keller. He's like, and I busted you, and I busted Jason. Okay, it's Keller for real. Yeah. This dude, he stayed on the TikTok live with us till like 3 a.m. And now he like moderates my lives. He's cool as a bitch now that he's not working at BOP. But this guy, here's the thing. Keller was a jackass, but he was fair. He was a fair jackass. Yeah. But he was still police. But, you know, he busted me. He busted you. He used to bust me for smoking all the time. What
I didn't like was the COs that they act like they were cool, and people would fall for it, and they'd get busted all the time. We had this one, Herlong, California. This one lady, like, she's act like she's cool. She's like, oh, let's see those tattoos. Like, she'd catch them with a fresh tattoo on, and she'd act like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like, let's see it, and they'd show it to her, and then like she built up all this confidence with them. They'd show her like how they do it and everything, and then next thing you know, her day off, the other guards come in and they shake down the cell, find the tattoo gun, everything, and write them up.
Yep, seen it 100 times. You know,
but there's a lot of COs, especially when you get behind the fence, that are just like, let me come in, let me do my time while you're doing your time. Let me read my book. Let me play on Facebook. Let me talk to my girl on this desk phone.
Yeah, but it's inmates that mess it up every time.
Right. Yep.
Inmates still.
Yep. Y'all shut the fuck up and let me do my shit. See, at Forest City, this is why I got so fucked up at Forest City. Forest City, I got sent to Forest City low on my first phone shot. It's fucking Christmas Eve. At Forest City, damn, shut my phone off, guys. Sorry about that. At Forest City, the guard will go to the lip before he starts rounds, and he will literally say, put the phones up, guys, I'm coming.
That's Yazoo.
Literally. What?
That's Yazoo all day long.
Right.
Poncho.
And they'll tell you, put the phones up, let's go. So they say that on Christmas Eve, and I'm fucking arguing with Cody on the damn phone, and they're like, hey, Kyle. And then all the guys are like, Kyle. I'm like, man, fuck it, man, fuck you, fuck it. and then they take me to the shoe, and the shoe is full, so the captain's like, take him to the shoe at the medium. So they take me to the shoe at the medium. The medium shoe's full too. Captain at the medium's like, hey, you're a badass, huh? You get a phone shot at the camp, get another phone shot at the low. I'm putting you out. All right, let's go. But 2 months later, they called me for First Step Act.
So, what'd they end up doing to you when you got busted?
They put me in the shoe for 3 months. They transferred me back to California, Terminal Island, as a punishment. They put me on a medical yard. They took away 41 days of good time. They took away 4 months of commissary, phone calls, visits, and email, I think, for 4 months. But I'm in the transfer. Like, by the time like I get to Terminal Island, it's 5 months. So
here's the thing. When we got our shots in Montgomery, they told us I wasn't going to have no commissary, no nothing for a year. I get to Forest City, everything's restored.
It doesn't follow you a lot of times.
It didn't follow me.
You know, the crazy thing about it is I never caught my first shot until I came home. So when I came home on home confinement, I had my social media. They flew from Washington down to West Palm, called me in, handcuffed me, and kept me there for 6 or 8 hours. and they were going to send me back over it. So my connect with Washington and FAM and something else got in contact with Washington, hired an attorney out of Miami for me for First Amendment. They wanted to go after them. So it was what 90 days maybe I waited, or 60 or 90 days. I had to sit in limbo waiting to find out what they're going to do with me. And dude, when I tell you they had it going out, they contacted me. This law firm out of Washington was like, with FAM, was like, you ready to go in on First Amendment lawsuit? Like, we want to sue them and your case is going to be the one.
Good.
They're like, this is ridiculous. These are the new times. Like, you're on home confinement. Why can't you be on social media?
Yeah.
Like, why? You can have a phone, but you can't be on social media. So Washington came down. We had a meeting, and the halfway house got audited over it and got in trouble and all kinds of stuff. So everybody at the halfway house, it closed down after that. So they were blaming it all on me, saying I'm the fault for it, and had the staff hating me and trying to violate. So they used that to get the staff to turn on me. Okay. And so the main lady there hated me. I'm talking about, dude, they were on me so bad. Every little thing I was doing, they were trying to get me. So they got me 2 shots. And let me tell you how messed up it is. So I used to get furloughs twice a month. Every other week we get a furlough.
Yeah.
And I put a furlough in to go to the dirt bike track. So I love riding motocross. So he would approve me to ride. So I posted pictures. I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to ride. He was just cool and was just like, I don't care what you do, just don't, whatever. And so he calls me in, dude, and he's like, what? And he cussing me from one end to the other. I said, bro, I had no clue. I apologize, dude, whatever. So I was automatically pled guilty to both shots. I'm like, that's my social media. It's that, because I didn't want them to get in trouble. And I wasn't going to turn on him saying, well, he let me. It was a 305s?
Yeah.
305s, 2 300s. So they were wanting to take 14 good days from me. And I think my social pass for 30 days or 60 days, it was 30 for each one. I'm like, listen, do whatever you got to do. I don't care. I didn't want no problems. But then Washington was like, nah, you're going to go back to prison over this. Like, you caused a big stink to the point where Washington got involved. They flew down in like a personal Lear jet type thing to come down because my social media was blowing up. And so they took it from me for 2 years, my social media over that shit. And
What?
yeah, it's pretty wild. Because in prison, I was you can ask him, I didn't give a shit about nothing. I would run contraband. I got kicked out because I went to trial and I lost. So they wanted me to have a job. And I'm like, I'm not working for you. I don't want to do anything. Like, I'm going to lay in bed all day. So they would give me a job in facilities. So I was in facilities. I would literally go around the compound, knocking holes in walls, building high compartments. You know, they're snitching like a mother.
Yeah.
So they're getting me out of there. I'd last a month mainly. So they put me in electrician. So here I am wiring up all the phone chargers and the lights, learning all this stuff, building battery packs, doing all kinds of stuff. I'm cutting all the cords. Anything that had a plug on it, I'm cutting the cords so they can plug stuff in, make stingers.
Hell yeah.
So I'm doing everything they can. So they fired for me in there. Then like, oh, you want to be a smart ass? So they put me in the kitchen. If it went bolted, welded with a camera on it, I was still in it. I mean, I would come across the compound with everything. So after a while, they won't give you a job. So they put you in orderly.
Yeah.
So when I got to Maxwell, I was mad because they didn't get me close to home. So I'm just like, I don't care, just like you. I was like, you know what, dude? Fuck this. My girl finally left me. I went talking to my kid, wouldn't get visits anymore. I'm like, I don't even care anymore. And you can ask him. I didn't care about nothing. I was just out of control. They were tearing my room. I would put my own cop outs in because I had to, when certain COs were on, they would run their mouth. So I put a cop out in saying, hey, Jason Botchbeck's got a cell phone in this room. And I would slide it under somebody's door the day before. And dude, they would come tear my room apart. We'd slide another one under the door. They'd come tear it apart. And Botchbeck, get out of here. I'm like, what's going on, man? And they would just, after a while, they got tired of it. And I would tell them all the time, I'm like, hey, pat me down. I got something on me. I got contraband. So I was a contraband man. I would come to, so we had this, no, it was so funny because when you worked on the base, you had to go to this little,
Staging.
like a staging thing that had a metal detector and they search you. So I would talk so much shit to the guards and keep them occupied. So I get paid just to keep them things while people would slide through. So I would go whenever they put me in Unicore, they made me go to Unicore. So we did all the laundry. So I'm coming in with My Pillows, the brand My Pillows. I'm coming in with like fitted sheets with the cushions built into them. I'm coming through with custom blankets, custom sheets, like silk filling sheets and stuff.
Yeah,
we had real mattresses.
These fucking hotel towels.
Yeah.
So because when the new recruits would come in, they have a hotel for them. So we washed all the laundry. So they would leave pillows, leave fitted stuff on the same mattress because we got all the mattresses they had from that hotel in our rooms. So we had real mattresses. So I would get all the stuff. And I've come back looking like Santa Claus. And they're like, watch what we got. And I'm like, don't worry, mind your business. And I just keep walking. And they would call LT. And I get back and I just keep walking. Like, I didn't even care what they had to say. Sometimes they'd take it from me, sometimes they wouldn't. And they would just put me on extra duty, do dumb stuff. So I wanted to get walk a lot. And then I was making a joke on something else. So I had all this tubes of caulking that was going bad. So I took a knife and I cut it. So it would dry, clear caulking. I shaped it in a dildo. So I shaped it and I made two little ball things and I glued them on and I had to sneak it in my pants. But on the bus, I smacked a few people in the head with the thing. So they knew I had it. And they were mad. So when I came to the transit, they're like, hey, you might want to search him. You might want to search him. He's got something being funny because they knew that the CO there wasn't going to do nothing about it. And they're like, I ain't touching him. And I'm like, no, come on, man. I said, feel that thing down there. And I'm wiggling. I'm like, feel that thing down there. So they're like, get out of here, Vachebeck. So I go up the compound and they're laughing. So I go up, my boy's sleeping. I slap it on his face. We put it in there. We take a picture on one of our phones, what you're not supposed to do. And then I took peanut butter and chocolate and I rubbed it all over it. And there was this hole in the wall that he always wanted to go in the bathroom and search. So we put it in there. So we were waiting for him to come on and he went straight to that spot and he put his hand there and grabbed this thing, dude, with no glove on. He was so mad and he was wanting to tear the whole unit apart. So everybody got mad at me because they knew I did it. And because it caused people to get in, trouble and, rooms got shaken down and everything else. So everybody was mad at me. But at the end of the day, dude, it was so funny to watch him walk out of there with this thing. And he was so mad because it looked like shit on it, because I took peanut butter and chocolate, mixed it together and put it all over it. And when I'm telling you he was bad, because you could tell he was like a godly man. But this dude, when we say walk a lot.
Yeah.
That's what they called him, walk a lot.
This dude would never sit down. He'd just go in circles. Because he knew if he go in circles, you would never get on your phone.
Yep.
And that's how he kept you off your phone.
Yep.
So I was like, all right, I'm going to put a stop to his ass. So I put that thing in there. But, a lot of people don't realize. I had a conversation with somebody last night and they're like, sound like you liked prison. I'm like, no, I just made the best of it. I had that time to do it. Once I accepted my release date, I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to make this as easy as possible and not depress.
Yeah, we don't want to be there. So we try to have as much fun as we can.
Yep.
And, sometimes bring the cell phones, joke around, whatever, just to get our mind outside of prison. Because I think the majority of people don't like it there. The majority, I would think. But, you got those ones that, they feel so good while they're in prison because they're the shot caller. They're respected, or at least people show them respect. They get out of prison. They ain't shit. All this time they did means absolutely nothing. So they don't, they don't get treated good. They do something, go back to prison. They feel better there.
Some of your videos are so funny, dude. I will get you to send me a video, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm gay." Da 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 da. And I'm like, "What in the world? You sell it on me?" And all of a sudden, then you go right into the prison thing, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, I don't know how you do it with a straight face. Like you do some videos that absolutely, you have to go check them out, guys. It will blow your mind. And you have a way of doing it. Now, Aaron out your way. Aaron,
Aaron
dude, yes, dude, he is fire when it comes to how he does his content and how it's the way he lays it down. And he talks about the shot collar thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to become a shot caller because they got skeletons in their closet or they like to be able to control. They've never had power or whatever. They have this thing of manipulating people.
How people that COs are too. They never had power.
No, most of COs
take
are
it out on you.
Yep.
Well, I noticed a lot of people. So a lot of people, they want to be COs, they want to be shot callers because they're gay. And they don't want to, they're in the closet about it. Like, they're not respected by their wife, their girlfriend, or in their, around the circle, their religious circle. So they get in this position of power so they could take advantage of others. Like the inmate, the correction officers do to the inmates, the reps do it to the, people in their car. It's like, just come out of the closet, like, be yourself. Like, no one cares. Well, I guess in prison they do. But just be yourself.
I have no problems.
Well, what about the strip search? How these guards always want to sit there. So when you go to Oklahoma, you have to bend over and spread your butt cheeks.
Yeah.
And the dude's just sitting there and just hundreds of people are just coming through. And it's just and you try to make a joke about it or make yourself feel a little comfortable, to ease it up, dude. And they get mad at you and stuff. They try to write me a shot one time because there's this one guard at Montgomery always, what's the white dude that was always out there that was an asshole SIS and he always wanted to see everybody naked. He wants you to pick it up, squat. And I'm just like, dude, one of the white boys was like, oh, you want to see it? Here you go. And started wiggling. Dude, that's all you want to do is strip search me every other day, it seems like. So here you go. Are you gay? Dude, they got him up out of there for that.
We had this doctor at Hurlong. He wanted to, he's obviously gay, but he wanted to check everyone's prostate. Didn't matter if they're 18, 30, 40, and they tried doing a lawsuit on him because he did it, but he tried to get everyone and told them all, like, you have to do it. And, you know, like, I go in there, he's like, well, you know, you're 32, whatever, we need to check your prostate. It's like, okay, give me a blood test. Let's check it, you know, with a blood test. He's like, no, we have to actually check. It's like, no, I'm good. And like he wanted to do it so bad, like, no, you ain't getting me.
That's crazy.
You ain't getting me. So then I go back to the section. I tell like people, like, yeah, like, did he try to check your prostate too? He's like, yeah. It's like, did you let him? He's like, no. And I think he did check the dude's prostate. But then another dude overheard us. He's like, well, he only checked you guys once. Like, yeah, he only tried to check us once. He's like, why? He's like, well,
He checked me 5 times.
no, he's like, well, I went in, he checked me, but you know, he called me back a week later and said that there's something wrong with the paperwork, so has to check me again. So he's like, I let him check me twice. It's like, no. First time.
That ain't how it's working.
Yeah, first time, okay, I understand. But second time, you wanted it.
Yeah, you know, because I always tell. So my co-defendant's gay, right? So everybody kept telling him when we were in the county jail when we got found guilty. They're like, dude, why are you so like upset? Like, dude, you're gay. This is Disneyland for gays. Prison is. You got all the dick you want in there, dude, and all the guys. There can be plenty of dudes that are gonna want to get you. And I tell this all the time, and it's so crazy is that every time a new gay dude would come on the compound, like an open one, 3 new dudes would come out the closet.
Oh yeah, for sure.
3 new ones that never thought they were gay would come out the closet.
You know, us, what we do is, you know, when new Pisces come on in the yard, we give them like soups, hygiene, clothes, a little like, you know, what they
Care
need.
package.
Yeah, a care package, just a little bit of like what they need to carry them over until they go to commissary. Whenever like a gay dude or a, you know, transgender comes onto the yard, like they have 50 soups, 20 sausages, 2 pairs of, you know, 4 or 5 pairs of clothes, 4 brand new pairs
Bags
of shoes.
full of shit.
It's like, damn, like, like I seen it the first time. It's like, oh, he probably knows someone. That's why. But then the next dude comes in, same thing. Third dude's like, oh, okay, I see. Like a lot of these dudes are on the DL. That's why. Like, and who's giving it to him? Because you know we all have rules. Like you can't do that. If you get caught, you get a discipline or worse. So it's like what's going on? Like, so this is a rule or it isn't a rule?
So when I was in the SHU out Oakdale, after I checked the boys' paperwork and I got locked up for 6 months, I became an orderly in there after like 4 months. So the last 2 months, might have been the last 2 months, I was the orderly in the thing. So I got to stay in the front room up there. So they'd unlock me out every day and I'd come up because then I got locked in this room where I did the laundry and did all this stuff, got to move around, clean, sweep floors, hand out trays. I got to do a lot of stuff. So this transgender comes in with a big... So they come to my door and like, hey, we're going to need like a double D such and such bra. And I'm like, dude, what? I'm like, where's that? And they're like, oh yeah, you had to go in the back closet. We got them in there. I'm like, dude, what?
Yeah.
So I got to see this thing, dude, right? I'm looking out the little window thing and I see it's a black dude, big old fake things, whatever. Weird. Dude, I'm telling you right now, when I say disgusting, this is not like one that was trying not to be a female. Like he was trying to do everything he could not to be one with tits. Let's just say that. And when I tell you how many guys were trying to change their rooms, and then there was people on the compound heard that this thing came in the prison, okay, this transgender, they wouldn't let it walk the yard. So they put it straight in the SHU. They're like, we're not allowing it on the yard. People in the yard found out, was doing things to come in and requesting to sell up with it instantly. Didn't even know what it looked like.
That's crazy.
Was it a bigger dude?
Yes.
Called himself Hizzo, like Lizzo, but Hizzo?
I might...
Probably. No.
I don't know. But when I tell you like 5'11", 6 foot, like huge tits, and when I tell you they did everything they could not to look like a female, and then they just had tits. Yeah. And so many guys, because I was right by the CO station. So I get to hear all the cop outs, people, them reading them. And they would always talk about, oh, such and such is trying to like, this is the 3rd one today, trying to get in the cell with the transgender, da-da-da-da-da. And then they heard these guys were coming literally right off the compound and asking why they were in the thing. I'd hear them, hey, I want to get in with such and such. I'm like, what? I
got down to low security and Lompoc, California. And, you know, I go sit down on the Paisa table and this is like my first time ever seeing one. And I'm sitting down on the Paisa table and I see it looks like a correction officer in in the khakis in the prison uniform. Like, what the hell's a correction officer doing in our khakis? And like I look over, she's got long hair, the fake chest, the fake behind, and I'm like, I keep looking like what's going on? Like, why is there a female guard wearing khakis in the kitchen? And my friend notices like I'm looking, and he like hits me. He's like, what? You don't know who Vicky is? Like, Vicky? What do you mean? He's like, yeah, like she runs with us. She runs with us. What do you mean she runs with us? She's like, yeah, like she's a paisa. What the hell? Like, you want to go meet her? Like, yeah. I'm like, no, I don't want to go meet her. Like, what the hell? Like, I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
So, what's funny is when I was at Oakdale, it was a politicking yard. None of that stuff was really going on,
Yeah.
right? But when I went to Yazoo was the wildest compound in the
Yazoo
BOP.
was wide open.
It was wide open. It was before Forest City and in Fort Dix. Like, it was beyond wide open.
Yeah.
And there was really no politics. Like, there was gangs, but
yeah.
there was so much going on that nobody wanted to have politics get involved. Now, everybody tried to work together as much as possible because everybody had hustles. There was so much money to be made on the compound, phones, everything you can think about. So I went from straight politics to really no politics.
Yeah.
And so like the gay stuff was more acceptable and all this other stuff on the compound. And when I tell you, when the Puerto Ricans would have their parties at nighttime on a Friday, Saturday night, they'd be down there drinking, getting messed up. And next morning, I'm like, because they'd had the loud boom boxes going. And they're like, man, did you see what was going on? I said, dude, I go to bed when the lights go out around here. I do not hang out. And they're like, dude, they had this punk down there dancing and stuff like a stripper, and they like made stockings out of the like the netted stockings out of the laundry bags and stuff, and had them down there dancing and throwing stamps at them the whole time.
What? Yeah. Was that a low security?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you get to low security, like past midnight, we're in a big dorm. There's shared bathrooms, a big, bathroom with the showers, the bathroom stalls. You don't go in the bathroom past midnight. Like, I learned that, like, so we had, I was in Lompoc. No. I was in Terminal Island. And there's this dude, this tall dude. He had his picture of his wife and kids on the locker and everything. And, he seemed like a cool dude, but the head orderly goes into the bathroom about 2 a.m. To go use the restroom. And he walks in and he sees this dude that has a wife and kids. He's in the stall with a chomo, like a 70-year-old chomo that has AIDS. And the chomo was, on his knees, and the other dude with the wife and kids, he's getting top from this dude. And, there's like this big argument. Then the orderly and the dude, they end up fighting. They both got sent to the shoe. And it's like, I made a video about it, and the dude's baby's mama hit me up. She's like, yeah, that was my man that it happened to. And I'm like, yeah, sorry you had to find out this way, but because I said the dude's name and everything on the video. And it's like, yeah, that was me in Lompoc, California. I don't know why he was in the shoe. And it's like, well,
but here's the problem though, is a lot of these guys are coming out. They go in there. Kyle can tell you about how wild it is and wide open it is, because my co-defendant, I've talked to him since I've been home, and he's just like, he told me, he's like, Jason, it got so bad in there. They were sending me notes and dropping kites to me. He's like, you'd be surprised. It's so many people undercover were hitting on me 24/7 all day, trying to catch me, hem me up in places, get me in places so they can approach me. Everything you can think about. And I'm like, what? And he's like, it's so bad in there. And he's like, these dudes are all because he's HIV positive.
Yeah.
And he got it right before he went to prison. And he was like, dude, they knew I was HIV positive, and they would literally still want to. And they get visits. Most of these people get visits, have wives and everything else.
Well, I heard they take something where they're not detectable and they can't spread it to someone.
They do. They have a pill.
Oh, so
they have a pill that goes. It makes it where it doesn't even read up on a test no more.
Maybe they knew this.
Yeah, but in there, I mean, I don't think they're taking it though.
I wouldn't take the chance.
No. They
like hot chick, whatever. No. I still wouldn't take the chance.
No. My next thing is what got you caught in your case?
I got caught. See, this is how I got caught. I had this friend that he was selling the, all the stuff. Once he used, the crystal, the H through a vape, he had pneumonia. He didn't let his body heal. He ended up having an asthma attack, got sent to the hospital. Me and my other friend, we saved his life. But I decided like, you know, you can't, because I was just selling the Mary Jane at the time, and I didn't want to step on his toes. But after that happened, like, he can't handle it. I got involved. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start selling this stuff. He was in a coma for 7 days. Once he got out, I told him, like, you know what? I got a plug now. I could get better quality for cheaper. So if you still want to sell, go ahead. But, you know, I'll hook you up for a, you know, better price, better quality. And he's like, you know what? That sounds good. So I started hooking him up, and I started selling, and I made so much money so quick that it's like I'm making 1,000 a day, then 2,000 a day, then 3,000 a day, 7,000 a day. Like, what the hell? I remember sitting there, like, waking up, someone comes to my house, drops off $5,000, and I'm laughing like, what a bunch of idiots. Like, I should have done this a long time ago. I should have been selling a long time ago, and I'm just making all this money. But he got mad because I kind of, like, this chick that was helping him sell, she started to, you know, sell for me. And he was like in love with her, even though he had a girlfriend. Like, he was still in love with this chick, and he got mad that, you know, she's hanging out with me now. And the cops got called over to his house one day for something, I don't know, noise or whatever. I forgot what it was, but he told the cops that I was selling. His friend tells me this.
So he didn't get no trouble or nothing. He
got off because he's like, okay. And so I think that's how it started. But along the way, I had like a brother. He's a straight worthless, you know, he's active addict, and he was at the time. I don't know if he still is. I don't care. I don't talk to him, but he'd like write on social media, oh yeah, you're a dealer, or you're like this and that. It's like, man, so I don't even talk to this dude no more. I don't even consider him one of my brothers. But and then, you know, I had another dude. This is one of the worst ones. Like, this dude I've known my whole life, you know, grew up with, you know, high school, everything, always cool as hell. He started becoming an addict, and I served to him. What happened was he got a parking ticket. It was like a $50 parking ticket, and he didn't want to pay it. So he went and told the cops, hey, I know something about Thomas.
Over a parking ticket?
Yeah, over me. And so he went and told them that I'm selling to this person, that person, this person. And, you know, I have a statement saying that, you know, I don't like what he's doing, but he's an addict. Like, he's using, like, I'm hooking him up. Like, what's he talking about? And, so, you know, that got the cops on me. But then I had so many people around me. Like, I dealt with so many addicts that just, you know, they got caught little charges, and they told on me, they wrote statements on me, and it just, you know, went from there. That's why I like that. Yeah, that's how I feel now. Like, never, ever, ever trust an addict, ever. I don't want them around me. Like, because all these people that I dealt with that told me that I have all their statements, like, I will never trust an addict, using addict, an active addict. Like, I understand some people are addicts, they change, they become better people, they become good people again. But when they're actively using, never, ever trust them, because they are straight pieces of shit.
Nah, because that addiction takes it over.
Yeah.
They don't want to go to withdrawals. They don't care what it takes. They want to get high again, and they will tell on their own mother just to make sure they don't have to go to the withdrawals.
They steal from their grandma. They go and steal change or whatever items from their grandma's house, and they'll go pawn it off and buy the product. So how can you trust someone like that?
You can't. See, what's crazy is the ones in my case wasn't addicts. They were actually kids I grew up with from, you know, childhood. And it was mainly greed. They did wrong, and they didn't want to, you know, face it. So they put it on everybody else. They were the ones that were like, you know, we're going to fight this thing, take it to trial, man, stay strong, woo, woo. Meanwhile, they got everybody wanting to go to trial and fight. And they're like, hey, man, I can give you up all these people. They're going to go to trial. I'll get them. And then it's just like, come on, man. Like, you just... snakes. It's so bad.
But then you got other people, it's just their nature. Like, they're just hateful, jealous people. Yep. They always have been, always will be. Like, they don't feel good about themselves, so they will always just snitch and tell.
My two main ones are exactly to the T of that.
It's ridiculous.
One of them's already told since he's been home. Got in trouble again, and then told on somebody else. And it was so crazy because the one he told on snitched on his case too. So the snitch, both of them are snitches, and then they were telling each other about what they were doing, and the one got in trouble and snitched on the snitch.
Yeah, see, all these people that were around me, they've been doing it for years and years. They've been selling for years and years, and now I know why. I know why they never got caught. A lot of these people, because they do get caught, but then they tell, so then they get released, and the person they tell on goes to prison.
I went to prison came back out, and the guys are still doing the same thing.
Yeah. So half the people that told on me that are in my paperwork, they've passed away. They've, passed away to their addiction because they didn't change their lives around. So, and I laughed when I found out about it. Like, straight up, I laughed about it. Like the dude with the $50 parking ticket. I'm at the camp, with my cell phone. I'm thinking, man, what's this POS up to? I go to his, one of his social medias, look up, it says RIP, RIP, RIP. Like, I can't believe this is real. You're actually gone. Hell yeah. It's one less person off my back.
Not even that.
I felt good about it. Hell yeah, straight up.
Well, yeah, because they didn't care about you.
No, they didn't care about me and my kid.
Nobody
me
does.
doing 10 years. So it's like, all right, yeah, I feel good about it. I'm glad he's passed away.
No, I agree.
And everyone else that did, come on, you let some chick, another dude, you let some chick use your car to go do a controlled buy on me, which was the nail in the coffin for the judge to sign the warrant and come raid my house again. And yeah, hell no, man. I'm glad you're passed away too.
So what else are you doing? Anything else besides? What else do you do besides social media?
I'm working right now and installing gas lines. I'm trying to get off probation. I have to put in a motion.
You're still on probation?
Yeah, I'm
Just
still on
let us-
probation.
man, I know a company.
Yeah, yeah.
I know a company that has not
but-
lost an early termination.
You know the November law. I'm
So
thinking is it better?
we
to,
actually been doing the last 2 months. We've been using the November law, and I just got somebody off in 2 months.
Oh, okay. So
the November law is good as gold now.
oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, then maybe
Tell the people what it is.
that it's used just for rehabilitation, right? Probation.
So the Sentencing Commission passed and promulgated an amendment back in April that goes into effect November 1st that changes the whole ethos of supervised release. It is no longer part of the is no longer part of the punishment. They are looking at supervised release purely as a rehabilitation and reintegration tool. So if your goals were met for reintegration in prison under First Step Act or on home confinement or in your first few months of probation, then
Can they say your goals are different compared to everybody else?
There's no cap on. There's no mandatory year or anything. You can. We literally just got somebody off probation or off supervised release who has been out since May.
Yeah, but here's the thing: what are the guidelines? Are they saying that you had to complete, or you were saying that
The judge just has to feel. I mean, you have to put a motion to the court and convince the judge that you're rehabilitated and reintegrated.
okay?
And now, starting November 1st, if they want to do probation, they have to put it in. If they want you to have supervised release, they have to put it in the statement of reasons. It's no longer mandatory.
So how long did they give you probation for?
5 years,
Really?
How long you been on?
a year and a half.
Oh, we can get that done.
I have a job. I've kept the same job since I've been in the halfway house. I've had multiple raises. I work all day.
That's
go
exactly
to the
what
gym
this
after.
is for, to prove that you've met the goals of reintegration.
Weekends I hang out with my girlfriend or my kid.
How was this on your kid?
What's that?
How was
How
this?
old is your kid?
He was 3 when I went in.
Mine was
Now
5.
he's 13, but yeah, he was I talked to him every week on the phone. But that ain't enough. Like when you're in prison, you're not a father. You're not a parent.
No.
A parent spends time with their children, teaches them, disciplines them, is a role model for them. Like you are not a parent if you're locked up in prison and don't spend time with your kid. And not just one, a visit, a weekend, like a 2-hour visit. You have to spend time with your kid to actually be a father. And so, even though I called him all the time, I got out like he didn't know me. He was kind of nervous to spend time with me. So luckily his mother let me spend as much time as I wanted with him. I'd see him every weekend. I spoiled him. So, he loved it. And then he just opened up and he's like, now he like jokes with me and gives me a hard time. And we joke around. Like it opened up after, months, but at first, yeah, it sucked. Don't know you after doing so much time.
Yeah, that's how my daughter is.
Hard.
It's really hard.
My kid was 9 when I went in, and she just went to college.
Yeah, so spoil them. They open up and they're happy, and then
we
they
spoil 'em.
think they want to be with you all the time, and that's what I did.
Her mom was like, "Don't ask your dad to help with the car." So we went and picked the car out and just got it. There was no help. I just did the whole
don't
damn
help.
thing.
Yeah,
That's funny. That's funny.
Hey,
Is there anything else that you mainly wanted to talk about while you're on here to get out about your social media, your plans, or anything?
Doing
We
social
know
media.
kidnapped by the feds, bro.
Kidnapped by the
Listen.
feds. I'm gonna start doing clothing, hat. I don't want to say get into details about it. My slogan, logo. I will when I come out with it. Something
Okay.
positive. Stay out of the damn streets because it's all trash. It's all garbage. All these people with the prison
But
mentality.
I mean, I think one of the
garbage.
reasons they're so that we like is because it's down to earth. You say a lot of the same shit like JD and Burner say, but you like say it like a normal person.
Yeah, you're not trying to act like that. See, they come
You're
in with
not
all
so
the
fucking
tattoos.
tough.
Yeah, and they come in bragging about their whole past and stuff.
Yeah, like that's
There was one I really liked where you talked
fake.
about how you fucking took the store man. I've taken the store man before.
Yeah, you're supposed to. Like, so when I get to low security, there's chomos at every low security. Like, if you haven't been in trouble much, if you don't have a huge criminal history, you're going to a low security, and it's no PC. It's
And
not protected
chomos
custody.
max
It's just,
out in low security.
Yeah,
so
it's just-
they're
it- yeah.
everywhere.
yeah, it's just that's who's there. So, but I would see people. They would do business with them, like treat them like they're normal people. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, this is how you treat them. So I was like, this is how you treat them. So I go over. I find out that this dude this chomo has a store.
So you befriend him.
Yeah, so I befriend him. Like,
You can run the
I
huge
get like a peanut butter, a couple honey buns, pay him back on Monday for commissary. Go again, peanut butter, some honey buns, maybe a couple soups, some sodas, pay him back. Go again, build up some
run
confidence.
up the whole fucking store.
Fill up some confidence. So then he's like, he'll give me anything I want because he knows I'm good for my money. So I buy everything. Like, I take everything. I clean his whole store out. Like, I bring a couple friends. Like, yeah, they're good. If they don't want to pay you, then I'll pay you. Like, no, you're good. Like, don't worry about it. We took his whole entire store, like hundreds and hundreds of dollars of everything.
I love it. I love it.
Commissary day.
Come
Whoops.
commissary day. He's like, hey, do you got that? I was like, what are you talking about? What do you mean got what? It's like my list that to pay me back. I don't know what you're talking about.
I love it.
He's like, is it like that? Like what? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, get away from me. Puts his head down, walks away.
So when I was at Oakdale,
That's how you treat the chomos.
Yeah, so when I went to Yazoo, and I'm, out loud blasting my mouth because at Oakdale, like the COs didn't like it, they didn't protect them, they get their ass whooped. I mean, bad things would happen. I get to Yazoo, and they're like, "Hey, dude, they'll lock you up. Like, you need to stop this." And I'm like, "What? Like,
Yeah,
y'all
they
are
will.
catering, doing business with them every day?
spot.
Like, what? I don't understand." I'm like,
no.
"What are y'all
At
doing
Butner,
here,
At Butner, if you fuck with the chomos, they'll lock you up.
dude?" That's how it was at Yazoo in a way.
In Lompoc, the guards had our backs. So they, we touch them up, whatever, do whatever to them. They didn't care. I get to Terminal Island and the guards weren't like that. They were against us and they said, don't touch them. I actually have a friend that was in Lompoc. He didn't want to be in a low security no more. He's a paisa. He's been to, he started off at, I think,
USP or
camp. No, he started off at camp, then went to a low. He just didn't want to be at the low with all these chomos, so he took off. You always hear people say, oh, I can't stand being around chomos, but they don't do nothing about it. This dude, this paisa, his name's Grillo. He took off on the chomo. And
locked him up and moved him.
luckily with him, yeah, because he didn't want to be there. So luckily the chomo didn't press charges. So then he gets to the medium. Chomo comes onto the medium Lompoc. He took off on him, beat him up, and he got 3 years added to his sentence because that chomo pressed charges. Then he got sent to the USP, and he finished his time out there.
We're talking about store guys. There's somebody out now that we have to get on our fucking show. Chow Dong.
Oh, he's out.
Yeah.
Okay.
We gotta
Didn't he
talk-
go back?
We got to talk all about running synthetic marijuana in Louisiana.
The K,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's something else.
We had the Chow Dong did I don't know how he did it, but he was at a camp. He was at Montgomery camp for 15 years over 2 bids. 15 years.
Holy shit.
He practically ran the building.
That's crazy.
I
All
see
right,
people
man.
make 10,000. I see people make a good 10,000 off that stuff a month.
Yeah, no. I tell
month.
people all the time, it's easy to make $100,000 in 6 months in federal prison.
If you want to take the risk, I tried to stay away from it. I tried to
I
stay away
made good
from
money
it.
in federal prison doing legal work. When that 821 came out, man, we ate good.
I tried to stay away from it though because just like the streets, there's just so many snitches in prison. Like, and these worthless
and they'll
dudes
hit
are
you
gonna
up
tell
real
on you.
fast for no
quick,
reason.
quick.
All right, I know they know it, but where can we find you?
Kidnapped by the feds.
Kidnapped by the feds everywhere.
Yep.
Just look for the guy with the shirt off.
Yeah, mostly.
It won't take you long to find
No,
it.
it
Yeah.
won't take
I
long.
appreciate you taking the time. It's your birthday, isn't it?
Yesterday was my birthday.
Happy birthday, Matt. Thank you,
Really?
thank
So
you.
you're September
Yeah.
26th?
Yeah.
Same thing with me. It was mine yesterday
Your
too.
your
Yeah.
birthday was yesterday?
Yeah.
Why did
Yours
we
is
have a
today?
party? No,
Yours
mine's
is-
not actually today.
Oh, okay.
So
I seen-
here's I've been having to explain that, and I put a big Facebook post up. The Facebook account I have now
Oh.
is the account that I used when I was on the run because Facebook
Yeah.
killed my account
Oh,
before that,
okay.
and that was just a random birthday I picked. So I literally sent them an email. I'm like, hey, it's not my, because I'm starting to get it everywhere, because now I got like
Yeah.
10,000 followers on Facebook, and I got like all these messages. I'm like, hey, it's not my birthday till November. I'll be 50 on November 24th.
Old dude over here.
Damn, I just turned 41.
I'm 42.
Damn.
Yeah.
Why didn't you? We got to take you out for your birthday then, Nelson. We have to take him out to dinner. You see that? There you go.
I went to the beach with the girlfriend, just hung out.
I'm not gonna slam anybody because I'm actually talking to him now because I think we're gonna do Red Bull here.
Yeah.
But when you come to Florida for podcasts, you got the big guy up in Tampa, but this is really Florida.
Yeah.
I love it
You're
out here.
in
I love it
Florida
out
now.
here. I love it out here. Such great weather. Like out there in Utah, it's cold now, so man, this feels great. Tank top, shorts all day.
You're
Yeah,
right.
Ups.
I might wear pants in February.
Yeah.
Might.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it out here. I love the whole
It's
all
like
the
when we go.
restaurants, everything.
I don't know how much you watch us, but when we go up to Washington D.C. to meet with the pardon attorney, I have to wear a suit.
Oh,
And
yeah,
people,
yeah.
people
Yeah,
like I
yep.
do videos in the suit, and they'll be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah, you don't look good in a suit.
I know,
It
right?
doesn't fit you.
All right, we got a bunch of great guests this month, so keep watching. Because this is the first episode airing in October. Keep finding us on 10toespodcast.com.